Revelation chapter 17. The woman on the beast, it is headed here. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show you the great judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters. Now later on in a verse in this chapter, the waters are interpreted for us as nations and people. The Bible interprets itself. She sits upon indeed many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and that is spiritual fornication. She's meddled and dabbled with the great leaders of the world, the great political side of the world. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornications. The earth, the people of the earth have become drunk. They are deceived. She has indeed ruled them down through the ages. And indeed they are deceived and they are drunk with her teachings. That should tell you that it's not good, right? That should be pretty plain. It's not good. Verse 3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. Again, in the mind's eye, in the spirit, to the wilderness. And he goes on to say, I saw a woman sit upon the scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. I'm going to tell you now what this was, indeed, and still is. It's the resurrected Holy Roman Empire that had 7 resurrections. It's had 6. There is one more yet to come at the end time. The greatest of them, of the 7 resurrections. This last one is going to be the greatest, and it's going to do the most damage spiritually and physically. The 10 horns, it's going to tell us in this chapter later that they are 10 kings or 10 kingdoms that give their power to this scarlet-colored beast. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of the abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. Down through the ages, she has been abominable, just absolutely terrible. It's in the history books. It's there in the history books, if you are willing to go and read them and see what this power was down through the ages, having had 6 resurrections right now, and one more yet to come. It's unmistakable, friends. Unmistakable in history, church history, and secular history. It's all there in the history books. Verse 5, and upon her head was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great. She's got mysterious kind of teachings. One is, you take that wafer and it becomes the literal body of Christ. You drink that sip of wine, fruit of the vine, it becomes the blood, literally, of Jesus Christ. That's what she teaches. That's one of the mysteries that she teaches. And she's got many of them. Mystery, Babylon the Great. Many of these teachings that she has comes from Babylon through Rome, the Roman Empire. And when she became the Holy Roman Empire, sitting upon the beast, the secular side of the Roman Empire, as it was through the centuries in history. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. She had children born to her. Yes, It's in the history books. Look it up. You look up this great European power, this European church that had 6 resurrections for the Holy Roman Empire, and you will see indeed that she had children, harlots, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. She had children. They came out of her in protest to certain things, but they didn't come out fully because they're still part of the mother. They've still got many, many of her teachings, some more than others, some groups more than others, but they're all come from the same source. They all come from the same mother church, and she'd like to have them back. And it says here that they are abomination of the earth. So the mother and the children, God says, are an abomination. Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. You look in history, who indeed killed many of the saints of God, many that would stand up to her. And you will see in history, indeed, that woman who did indeed kill many of God's people, true people of God. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admonition. He just blew him away when he wondered about it. And the angel said unto me, wherefore did you marvel? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which hath 7 heads and 10 horns. Excuse me. He's going to tell John and us about this mother church and the beast that she rides. The beast that you saw was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. It's going to come out again as it was down through the centuries, with great influence and great power, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. She will eventually be destroyed forever. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the book of life, who are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. The beast is a secular Roman Empire, and it indeed had 6 rises of this Roman Empire that was governed, or this woman sat upon this beast and moved it in certain ways, mostly not good ways. And here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are indeed 7 mountains on which the woman sits. There are a few cities in the world that are built upon 7 hills. You can look up on the internet and see what those few cities are that are built on 7 hills. And the woman sat upon them. Yes, down through history again. You can see it in the history books. The woman church sat indeed upon those heads, sat upon them. And they are 7 kings or kingdoms. 5 are fallen. 5 of them. You can see the first 5 in the history books. And 1 is. So in John's time, he's kind of in the vision of the 6th one. And you can see who that is. It's Mussolini, I'll tell you. The 6th resurrection of the Holy Roman Empire was by Mussolini of Italy. he declared that he had established the Holy Roman Empire. And that is the one then that John is kind of in sync with in time. And the other is yet to come. John didn't see the other. He just simply tells us it's yet to come. And it is still yet to come. It hasn't taken place. It is forming. If you are looking at Europe, it is forming. They have their government. They have their parliament. And most of Europe, a good portion of Europe, is indeed the mother Roman Catholic Church in Europe. Verse 11. Well, missed a little bit out here, verse 10. And when he comes, when this seventh one comes, he must continue a short space. And it will be, according to the book of Revelation, it will be 42 months, 1,260 days, a time, times, and half a time when it comes, endured for a short while at the end of this age. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven that goes into perdition. So the original beast of the Roman Empire is said here to be the eighth, because there were 7 other resurrections under a Holy Roman Empire. One is yet to come. The 10 horns which you saw, 10 kings or kingdoms, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings, 1 hour with the beast, a short time that it will reign with the secular beast of Europe. It's forming. These have one mind. There'll be 10 kingdoms. They'll have one mind. They'll join together and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, unto the large beast. But also in the book of Revelation, there is a beast man who we'll see later. He and the false prophet will be thrown into the lake of fire when Jesus returns. There is a beast man in the book of Revelation who will rule this empire forming in Europe. And these 10 nations will indeed give themselves to him. They shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful. So they're going to fight Jesus Christ on his return. These 10 kingdoms giving their power to the overall kingdom of Europe, of the Roman Empire, giving their power to the beast man, the military political leader, and governed by this woman church that is drunk upon the blood of the saints. If you look in history, that should tell you plainly what church that is. They shall make war with the Lamb, but the Lamb, Jesus Christ, shall overcome them. We saw that last time. Revelation 16, in the battle of Armageddon. And Christ will indeed defeat all of those armies that come to this battle of Armageddon, thinking that they're being invaded by some other planet and coming to earth to conquer us. That's what they'll say to the people. The true people of God will know that that's Jesus Christ, the angels and the saints coming and destroying this power. Verse 15, and he said unto me, the waters which you saw, where the whore sitteth, where it sits, the waters, are people and multitudes, nations and tongues. There's the Bible interpretation. This woman whore has indeed sat upon many nations, tribes, and people. And the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Eventually, these other nations are going to see the truth behind this woman whore. And they shall make her desolate and naked. They're going to turn upon this spiritual power, this woman church. They're going to turn on her and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's what's going to happen to this great religious power that has deceived the whole world. Eventually, these 10 kingdoms are going to turn on her when they see that it's not going her way, and they realize that, no, she's not from God. The false prophet is not from God, just the opposite. Then they'll turn on her. For God has put in their heart to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. All going to happen according to the will and the plan of God. And the woman which you saw is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth. She does. Politically and spiritually, she has reigned over the earth for hundreds and hundreds of years, and she has made the earth drunk with her false ideas, her false theology, her false teachings. And one day she will be no more.